Okay, now I'm going to open it up and we can see exactly what it looks like. Okay, so now we're going to see exactly what we got. Okay, so this is it. This is the back. And now I'm going to start trimming. I'm going to start with the butt. This being as expensive and it being the best piece of meat, tenderness wise, you don't want to lose any of the meat. I'm going to take this off. Say like for this here, we'll pull it off, no big deal. Thicker parts of gristle, if that's what we can say. Okay, this side back here is pretty well clean. Got that. See these? Now this is from being boned out. That's what it was. The bones, they cover this next to the strip steak, the New York strip steak as they call it in New York. I say it's Philadelphia. Anyhow, it's for the bones in the middle. That's what this is. From boning it out, it goes into the meat a little. I don't know how they do it with such consistency. I would love to see it. But that's what it is. Every one of them, you can go to any store you want. They're just about 100% the same. Now, depending on how thick a person wants these, that determines how much you're going to get out of it. Whole, if you were going to cook them as a roast, okay, you could figure just about 6 people. If this was the only meat you were going to have, and you were going to have 8 adults over, they would devour this. Because of a fillet, who doesn't want fillet? I mean, you really have to be real about this. Who doesn't want it? Your company is going to go wild for it, unless they have, or they're real prissy or whatever. They're going to go for it, and I can't say I blame them. If you're going to put something like this out, expect for people to eat it. I'll cut the steaks. Let me take this first piece off. Okay, nothing wrong with it, but it can make the other pieces more consistent. I'll cut them an inch and a quarter. From my experience or what I know to be an inch and a quarter, and that's how we'll go. And like I said, you take care of your tools will take care of you. I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty obvious that this knife cuts. It cuts well. Now, when I was very young, working for my father, we used to cut them a little on a slant. I mean, and the pieces look bigger, but that was then, and this is now. This is the tail, as I said. Can use it as a steak. I don't have a problem with it. I've eaten them as a steak. I think they're delicious. Most stores reduce them and they put them out. They're not the same as the center or the butt that supposedly are better, but I like it. Personally, I like it. So these are the steaks that you're going to get out of this. This is the first steak that came off. I'm going to put them out there for you. And I'll line them up and you can see how beautiful they are. Cutting it for home, I'm not going to, this little bit of fat here, if you bought the whole thing, leave it on. Because it's going to, that would be my suggestion, because that will cook off for the most part. When you cook it, it's going to cook off. So why take it off? It'll give the piece of meat more flavor. And as we were talking when we bought this today, these steaks are all, they're still, even though they all look pretty much, there's not a whole lot of marbling in there, but there is some. The most marbling on the fillet is usually in the center, and that's where it is. That's where it is. These are the center cut pieces. And you know what? I think maybe, what do we have? We have one other steak here.
That's absolutely gorgeous. That's all I've seen.
Okay. Anybody eating this is going to be eating good. So if you cook them, don't overcook them. Cook them the way you like. If you want to cook them according to what Betty Crocker says or whoever says, or if you're looking at anything on the internet, don't overcook your meat. That's the only thing, because if you do, then you're ruined. Okay? So that's the only thing I would tell you. So enjoy them and have a good night. Thank you.